Good morning. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Hearts Glow Tarot. This is a pretty exciting, new, different video for me. If any of my OGs are here from like my Facebook videos, I would do like weekly, monthly, or full moon or new moon type readings. But for this one, I'm just going to take a sip of coffee here. I am doing the astro signs. So a weekly reading for each sign, and I'm super excited. This is new to me. So we're going to break these videos up into sections. So in this video, we're going to be doing Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Okay, so my intentions with the card pulling was with the cards to give you like the heads up and the best advice for your week ahead. And as ever, I always look at the bottom of the deck. And speaking of deck, today we're using the lovely, the gorgeous Real Talk Tarot deck. She's super fun, so easy to understand in regards to like the spectrum of tarot decks. It's very simplistic, but fun and to the point. So, okay, here we go. So for the astrological like order with the zodiac, I guess, we start with Aries. So Aries is the first sign. They start the astrological year. And this card was at the bottom of the deck. And this one was pulled originally. So we have the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. A little bit to unpack here, Aries. So if you have a look at her earrings, that's the first thing I noticed. They looked like a little rain cloud. And on the sides of the boxes, you can see little torches or wands or candles, right? So what I got from this is she's getting things from storage. She was packing away who she was. She was hiding who she was. She was avoiding who she was. Maybe it's the baggage or trauma from the past, or for whatever reason, like this, if this might resonate with you, it's processing and saying enough is enough. It could also be in regards to like a breakup. 10 of Wands often means you're on the move. You're going somewhere new. So if you're in a troubled time, you know, my thoughts and my good energy are with you. Yeah. So, and then at the bottom of the deck, we see here the Queen of Swords. The first word that popped into my mind here was victory. Now, this is in regards especially to a single woman, an independent woman. With the sword here, the Queen of Swords, she cuts the crap out. She doesn't, like, here is emotion, but here is the logic, right? And you will have your chapter where you have to deal with the emotions, but you will overcome and things will clear up and you will be victorious. And just to check my notes for any other little golden nuggets, 10 of Wands can mean a burden. You're downsizing, letting go. As a positive, you're bringing your real you to the surface. You're finding out who you are. Just going to take another little sip of coffee. it looks like there's a lot of work to do here, right? So if it's too much, you need to ask for help. Um, remember your crown with the queen, and you don't have to do this alone. If there's help that you need, like therapy or whatever, overcoming whatever challenges or dealing with whatever from the past, there's help available to you. And this is encouragement to ask for help and get the help that you need. But I do see you being victorious. And then clarity, wisdom, and the bigger picture, overcoming whatever the challenge is. And yes, don't forget your crown. Okay. Self-expression and sharing your inner thoughts, letting the real you shine. And for some of you, you were scared to do that. But if ever there was a time to do that, now seems to be impressed upon you that it is the most important time to do that. Okay, that's you, Aries, for this week. That's a pretty big week. All right. Carrying on, we are going to move to Taurus. So, Taurus, you have the Ace of Wands and the Empress. Now, this is a pretty fun read. So, we have the gorgeous Ace of Wands here. So, aces denote beginnings. This can also relate to male fertility, creation, creating. Also, the Empress, she embodies fertility and abundance and being cared for, being looked after, whether it's you being able to handle the bills and look after yourself and your loved ones. And also, I see travel here and like luxury travel. So that's promising. Newness, so a new job that might allow for a little more fun, a little more of this. And with the fertility showing up in both cards, perhaps some of you are on a fertility journey. I would say that if you're not looking to build a family, you got to wrap it up. Know what I'm saying? So have your fun, but be responsible. Yes. Okay. And then there's adventure and there's newness. Lots of positive lean toward work projects and career. And what I see here too, where this is male fertility and this is fertility, but leaning, it's the Empress, it's a female-based card. I would say this is happiness in relationships, okay? This is a really beautiful romantic relationship, whether you're in one or promise of one coming in the future, where each of you get to sit and live happily in your not gender roles, but your divine masculine and divine feminine. And it really just makes for a beautiful, balanced relationship with a lot of flow and respect and, gosh, just the dream, that movie Hollywood type love. So woohoo! Also, where I see the mother, the father, parents, okay? There's something here about checking in with your parents. If you are fortunate enough to be close with them, take some time to go and visit, raise their vibration. And, any good parent will do better and feel better knowing that their children are doing well and that they get to spend some time with them, whether it be over the phone or in person. I mean, of course, in person is best, but yeah, sometimes we're not geographically available. So, yeah, so very exciting. Yeah, and I like how there's a little fire here, a little spice. Yep. Okay, so Taurus, that is you for this week. And we are now carrying on to Gemini. Gemini, your read is a little bit challenging this week, a little bit of a challenge. But, Gemini, if anyone can overcome a challenge, it's you. Another sip of coffee. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to unpack. So, Gemini, you've got the 5 of Swords. Now, it doesn't look great, but you are going to come through just fine. And the bottom of the deck shows Page of Cups, which is super beautiful and super positive. Okay? So, 5 of Swords, because of the wonderful, awesome Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot, it's ingrained into my memory and my mind that 5s, they do represent challenges, but you're to focus on your strengths. And in here, I would say focus on the positives. And so, not surprisingly, with the 5 of Swords, there is conflict. It could be inner conflict, where swords represents like mental energy or kind of like a mental game, but where they're kind of outside coming at you from all angles, it seems to be that it's interpersonal, unfortunately. So conflict. It could be with any area in your life, but this card wants to let you know that not all is lost. There may not be victory here in the direct sense. You may lose out on something or some argument or disagreement, or not get you what you want somewhere on the job front or interpersonally in some sort of relationship. However, it's calling you to really dig in to your rooted, calmest, most respectful self. And if you can, what's the word? Not submit, but surrender. If you can safely surrender in this situation, things will be all the better in the end for you with this argument or this conflict. Trying to calmly find resolution if possible. But, sometimes people aren't worth dealing with, like their attitudes aren't worth dealing with. So if you're not being respected, at the dinner table, leave the dinner table, right? Love you, boo. Okay. All right. So, when the battle is over, put the swords down. Don't carry that ish around with you, okay? Don't let it, be a burden and rest on your shoulders, and, don't let it make you mad for days, weeks, or months, or God forbid longer. Just try to process, and release. And then once you do, we have the Page of Cups. So this doesn't exactly look like positive energy coming in, but this is. So it's positive energy coming in the form of messages. Like perhaps if there's a conflict or a fight or an argument with someone, perhaps there's a resolution, and after some time they contact you and like, hey, like, I feel awful that things went down the way they did, even though I was right or something. But I had to say that. But let's go to coffee and just start fresh, kind of thing. So that's what I would say there. But also in the original tarot deck with the Page of Cups, the page is imagining a fish in his cup. And so it's about manifesting, releasing the situation at hand will free you up to get limitless again. And you can dream up and drum up whatever possibilities you wish. So make it wonderful, make it big, make it glorious. And that's what I have for you, Gemini. Like I said, it didn't really look great, but there's some positivity there for sure. All right. Thank you to Aries, Taurus, and Gemini for hanging out. Please feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Hugs. Have the best week. And my thoughts are with you. If this resonates, I would really love to know. So please feel free to reach out. Okay. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.